Hello, I'm here to talk about Chapter 20, Atlantic and Baltic Colonization, specifically Vinland. Vinland is this little area down here in Canada. The region it is actually in is called Newfoundland at the time. Anyway, during the 9th and 10th centuries, expeditions were led by Eric the Red in order to colonize the North Atlantic islands because of the fact that there was regional states that started protecting Europe from their raids. Now, they discovered Greenland, but first they had, of course, discovered Iceland. Fun naming there. And then his son Leif Erikson traveled south and west of Greenland and eventually discovered Newfoundland. The place he settled was called Vinland, and he called it this due to the wild grapes growing in the region. The area had a lot of fish and it had a lot of wood, but due to the lack of other resources that will allow it to be sustained, it was largely unsuccessful, and there was a colony that survived to the 11th century with Scandinavian tools and foundations of houses, but after that, there wasn't much else found there.
I will be talking about Atlantic and Baltic colonization, but more specifically, crusading orders and Baltic expansion. In the wake of conquest, Christian authority arrived in the Baltic lands of Prussia, Livonia, and Lithuania. These Christians formed a series of religious military orders during this era of crusades. There were three of these orders that stood out as the most prominent. They were called the Hospitallers, the Templars, and the Teutonic Knights. These orders made religious vows and pledged to devote their lives to the struggle against the Muslims and the pagans. The Teutonic Knights waged war against the pagan Slavic peoples in the Baltic region during the 12th and 13th century. Knights founded churches and monasteries in the territories that they would capture or subdue. By the late 13th century, the Roman Catholic Church had an established presence in the Baltic region, which was then eventually absorbed into Christian European society. The cause and effect relationship that is described in this section is the Crusades and religious orders in the Baltic region spreading Christianity, which led to the Baltic region being absorbed into Christian Europe.